the night. Blame it on me. Don't blame.
And the players exchanging a few friendly words prior to tip-off, getting to know you stage of the proceedings. We're coming at you from the Palace of Auburn Hills in beautiful suburban Detroit as the Pistons prepare to take the floor. And now we take a brief check at the matchups. Our starting five for both teams. One of the game changers in the NBA, you're watching Brandon Jennings.
There's one other thing about him that I like. It's how easy he makes it look to change his shot in midair. And usually with defenders all around him. Because of that, it's really hard to block one of his shots.
Last game for the Pacers, a loss to the Jazz. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Moments ago, our Doris Burke had a chance to catch up with the coach, Frank Vogel. Doris?
A lot of his focus in preparing his team for this game centered around how they plan to deal with point guard Brandon Jennings. He said Jennings is a blur out there. He's so fast, and he plays with a relentless energy. It's a challenge for any team to really keep up with him. Kevin, we'll see if they can do it.
And thank you, Doris. Pass to Bryant. It's back to Jennings. Outside Bryant. 6 on the shot clock. He feeds it to Ilyasova. For 3. That's good. Ilyasova's got 9.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
Certainly looks that way to me, partner. I mean, his energy level is ramped up. I think he's been terrific right from the opening tip.
And how about that, responding to the three-pointer against them with a quick one of their own.
Terrific little tay-to-tay going on right now. Back and forth, here we go.
And it's sent back by George. Out of bounds, Pistons ball as Detroit keeps possession. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. And Ilyasova kicks to Bryant. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that.
Well, we know prior to last season, the Pistons handed the car keys over to Stan Van Gundy. He had some early hiccups, but overall, I think they're headed in the right direction. He's a proven winning coach in the NBA.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
Bryant with a screen for Jennings. Ilyasova inside the line. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. Well, with Coach Stan Van Gundy, it was a very successful first year in Detroit. He's a guy who's going to build around defense. That's been his MO.
And Van Gundy has always been a defensive first type guy, Kevin. I mean, the last 30 years, he's has probably the best defensive efficiency for a career as a coach. And his teams always play with great emphasis on that side of the ball.
to Drummond, and a strong finish with two hands.
And both teams on fire from the opening tip.
Well, I don't doubt it, Greg. We're going to have an entertaining game of basketball here today. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that's the case.
Ellis outside. Feeds it to George. 6 to shoot. And he gets it to go. George has got 7.
I love how he establishes his post position inside before he converts.
Bryant drives in. Kicks it to Drummond.
You can see the frustration in the quarter on his face, especially with his team trailing.
Hill, no good.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Bryant, blanketed by the D, fights to the rim for the layup. Bryant's got his first points of the game. Indiana's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Bryant against Ellis. On the wing, Hill. Outside, George gets back to Hill. With 1 on the clock. Got it off in time, but it's no good. Tie game in Detroit. And the
Nothing like NBA action. So come out.
Well, it's been a tight one, so on the wing, Ellis. He's guarded by Jennings. Here's Hill. Oh, yes, the turnaround. Hill's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Really nice work inside there. We'll always give you a battle on the interior guy.
Bryant, he's in at shooting guard. Andre Drummond is out there with Ilyasova. Then there's Jennings, and it's Johnson in at the 3 spot. That's the group for Detroit right now. And that one's good. George has got 4 points in the quarter.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Down low, Allen. The shot's good on the assist by George. 8 points for Allen.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
And here's Jennings outside. But they get it back. Drummond dishes to Johnson. And it's sent back by George. The drive by Hill. George. Left side, George. Shot clock at 6. The finger roll finish at the bucket. George has got 13.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key. They're getting point-blank looks time and time again.
Ellis against Jennings. Ellis kicks to Hill. Back to Ellis. Some nice passing here by Indiana. And George, here we go. Ellis. It's stolen by Bryant. Now Detroit moving it up. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top. But instead, he'll shoot free throws. That one on George. And the first one drops.
And guys, how about Ilyasova last season shooting the basketball?
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. It's the Pacers just... And as we begin the second half... minutes gone now in the third quarter. He dishes it to Caldwell Pope. Paul George with the steal. And so in the game for the Pacers, George Hill out there with Rodney Stuckey. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Turner. And it's Mahinmi in at the 5 spot.
And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball.
And Bryant kicks to Tolliver. Back to Bryant. The pass to Dinwiddie. Bryant. Clock at 6. Goes up with a stripe. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Dishes it to George. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Hill's got 3 assists in the game.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Tolliver the pass to Bryant. Here's Dinwiddie. Bryant, the open look. Buries the jump shot. Bryant's got his second bucket. Well, for Detroit, their last game a loss to the Bulls.
And really, they just shot their average from the free throw line in that game. I think that probably changes the outcome.
No doubt. I mean, because there is a carryover effect when you're not having success at the line.
Dinwiddie dishes to Bryant. Pass to Dinwiddie. Back to Bryant. Here's Dinwiddie. He's guarded by Hill. 6 to shoot. And Bryant kicks to Baines. Tries a 3. Bryant's shot is good. Bryant's got his 3rd bucket of the night. Indiana's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half.
Yeah, the Pistons ended last season with a record of 32-50. They played decently enough against the rest of the East and had 23 of their 32 wins against the Eastern Conference.
Dinwiddie passes to Bryant. There's the feed to Caldwell Pope. Here's George. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Pacers.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
You know, adding on to that, if you look at their block totals tonight, and you see how feisty they've been on the defensive end this game.
Buttinger dishes to Stuckey. Bryant in a 2-guard. Anthony Tolliver out there with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Then it's Aaron Baines, and it's Jackson in at the 1. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. And he gets it to go.
They clearly look like a different team now. Suddenly,
tonight's game was another laugher. With the team showing almost no life out there once again, why would we expect anything different going into the next game?
You should expect different because we're professionals. And this team doesn't take that type of horrible play lightly. Okay? We will bounce back. Mark my words. I know we're capable of so much more, and this will not be some kind of trend. I fully expect a completely different performance from every one of us the next time we set foot on the court.